my friends, welcome back. We were addressing in some of the previous videos the fact that meditation is a natural state of being. So it's not a technique, but it's the natural state of ourselves, a human being, when they rest in a aware, relaxed, peaceful, yet very attentive, very present state of being. So in that sense, we can say, well, we don't need a technique then. Techniques have their own place, and they can be very useful, especially in the beginning. But I prefer to use what I call anchors that are not really technique. And we talked about a few of these anchors as tools to anchor us in the present moment, especially when the mind is very active. Yeah, we live in a society that has been promoting activity. So we are actually always in movement. It's very difficult to find the time to stop. And I would like to point out to you that you don't need a lot of time to stop. First of all, you can do like a 10 minutes meditation as we have seen it, and I recommend you to use the guided meditation that I made for you. You can find it in the upper corner here. There is an eye, and there you find the link. That takes only 10 minutes, and if you want to stretch it, once the 10 minutes are over and there is a bell, you just keep sitting, because those 10 minutes, actually the first 5 minutes, is what will take you in a deeper state of being. And then once you're there, just rest. It's all about resting in that presence, in your own presence. Yeah. So stay as much as you want and as much as you can. But if you have a very busy life, do the 10 minutes. And if you can, do the 10 minutes maybe twice, in the morning and in the evening. If you say, oh, but I don't have time, try to get up 15 minutes earlier and start your day with a grounding meditation technique like that one. It's not a technique, sorry. And then the other thing we talked about is to bring that same attention, the same presence to everyday activities in one of the previous videos. So again, we don't need extra time to do that. We can do it anytime, whatever we do. And in the day life, we can even find places where actually we physically stop because we have to. Like you are in a queue at the post office, and instead of saying, oh shit, how long is it gonna take? Use it bring mindfulness in that moment. Use it as a meditation. Or you're sitting on a train or in a bus going to work, and you have to sit there anyway for 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever, 45 minutes. Use that time, whenever you can, use that time. So why? Because practice is very important, because the momentum of our life, the speed of the movement on the outside and on the inside is phenomenal, So we have both a very active mind that is always moving, and we have an outer lifestyle, most of us, which is very busy. So let's look for a second of where does this momentum comes from, What is the psychology underneath? It's very important to understand how the mind works and how we have been conditioned without even knowing it. We could start from the fact that when we grow up, when we're children, most of us, I think, receive this message in many different forms that you have to do your best. You have to succeed. You have to be someone. Or you have to be better than, your friends, or you have to be better in school. There is a constant push to be somebody, And then of course it transferred to careers. When you start to work, it's the same. Then there is like a constant push to succeed, as if you, just the way you are, is not enough, and that is the message we all received. So very difficult for anybody to rest into their own being, because there is always movement, outer and inner movement, to the point that it's a compulsive movement. We cannot find the pause button anymore. And then if the outer activity, we decide, okay, I'm going to take this 20 minutes and just stop everything, okay, great. And then you might close your eyes, and then there is a lot of movement inward, right? So why is that, Well, because again, the mind is really, the other day I told my partner, I said, I feel like my mind is my general manager, She's always like organizing things, planning, thinking about what's the best way, what do I have to do next, is like, really. And she tends to be in control. So instead of helping me, I'm the boss and you're my manager, the manager is running my life. That's the impression I have sometimes. So this general manager is very efficient, very organized, very analytical. And it's so great in the practical life, but the general manager doesn't know how to see the magic of life. It doesn't know how to see the subtleties and the beauty. It doesn't know what love is, all the beautiful, precious qualities that are inherent to human beings and to life. The general manager doesn't get it, So I have to be compassionate with this manager, and but I'm trying to make him understand that there are times where he has no business. This is time for being quiet. This is time for enjoyment, for love, for the magic, or whatever. It's not your domain. Just shut off. That's one way. Also very interesting what one time my spiritual master told me, Osho. He said, if you watch when you go inside, because you stop the outer movement, there is a lot of but there is still a lot of activity in the mind. And the fact is that the mind doesn't know where to go, because there is no outer movement. You're sitting there with your eyes closed, completely still. And the mind goes like, whoa, why? Because the mind has created past and future. So it can move constantly from one pole to the other. Or it can move only in the direction of the future or in the direction of the past. Every mind is a little either future-oriented or past-oriented. But what really matters is that allows the mind to move. So time, past and future, are equivalent to space, where there is movement from A to B, from B to C. Yeah, same. So this is also interesting to understand. As you observe the mind, you start seeing how things work and why they function in a certain way. And slowly you're able to take more and more distance and not get so hooked up into the storyline, but watch it as it unfolds, but yet not feel emotionally completely locked in, and you're able to create a little space. And the more you practice, the more that space will increase. So again, learning then how to rest into the spaces, into the gaps, learning how to rest in the pause. It doesn't matter if you are at the post office, if you're on a train, or if you're sitting in your room, or you're sitting under a beautiful tree in nature. It's a pause. Wherever you are, allow yourself to rest in that pause. Because in that pause, that's where you get really in touch with your true self. And with existence at large. And in a way there's no difference, because we are all part of existence. So again, allow yourself to rest within your own presence. And that's a healthier thing you can do, and the most beautiful gift you can give to yourself at any time. Okay. Thank you for coming, and till the next.